I'm back here in Stockley Park, having had the most fantastic 4 days with the senior management group last week. We were the guests of the industrial team and the crafts team in South America, and also had the chance to visit the great site we have in Extremoz. The conference itself, I thought, was both enjoyable and, I hope, successful. What we were trying to do was develop the theme of the conference called Building Momentum. And we called it Building Momentum because what we were saying is, first, let's recognize that we are really moving forward in our goal of profitable sales growth. But secondly, what we were doing was discussing as a management team how we progress the three goals to actually take us forward in the next leg of our journey.
Profitable sales goal for industrial means increasing external sales 10% year on year for the foreseeable future. That also translates into increasing trading profit 15% year on year. What it means is essentially defending and growing our core business, which is in the apparel and the footwear business, expanding our footprint in the Zips business, and further getting into the specialty business where we have a lot of opportunities. So it's really about defending and growing apparel, getting into Zips and specialties, and doing so with 10% external sales year-on-year growth.
Profitable sales growth is pretty much at the heart of what we do in commercial development. In fact, you could say that without that goal, you would have no need for a commercial development function. Each of the 6 components of commercial development is designed to be there to support and enable profitable sales growth. Communications, strategy, R&D, marketing, the growth programs and our digital team are all there to support, drive and enable growth.
What does profitable growth mean to us in the crafts business? It's all about innovating and not imitating, allowing the business to grow profitably and allowing us to reinvest into the business to make it the leader that we want to be.
Increased productivity is or should be the bread and butter of every information technology function. Information technology should introduce tools, techniques, processes that allow people to do things faster, slicker, cheaper and more effectively. That comes out of the 101 book of information technology.
We look at increased productivity in crafts a slightly different way, not only improving productivity in the manufacturing units, but getting the most out of our brands so we can really maximize the energy and the effort that we put into our brands and grow them as profitably as we possibly can.
Winning the future is going to be important for us, and if we have to grow at the clip that we are aspiring to grow over the next several years, productivity is going to be a key lever that we need to pull. What it means is speed, simplicity and scale. All these three are very important. Deployment of Six Sigma across the industrial division is going to be a critical tool to ensure that we deliver at our plants, at our processes, and also amongst the people that we have.
Positive global teamwork and human resources is critical to how we all work together, not only across functions, but across countries, so that we are all working towards the same goal, the same end point. It's how we communicate together, how we know what our expectations are, and then how we satisfy those expectations. And certainly when you do have global teamwork and positive teamwork, it makes our work a whole lot more fun, it's more gratifying, and it does lead to a better output of what we're trying to do.
Global teamwork is at the heart of supply chain. With over 70 units selling in over 100 countries worldwide, we can only achieve our goals if all of us work together as one team globally.
Positive teamwork. The finance function in Coats has got a big role to play here as a partner for the business. If we can all work together across all functions, that can only be good for Coats as a whole.
What do the three goals mean for me? Positive global teamwork, to me, is about recognizing, utilizing the power of the entire team. What we really need to do is make the whole more than the sum of the parts. We have huge talent in different pockets of the group, and it's about utilizing the skills in one area and making them work fantastically well in another. But it's also about fun. Being in a winning team is hugely fun, it's enjoyable, and it's a positive experience. And to use a phrase that I had at the conference, success breeds success. So positive global teamwork is about using the knowledge we have and also having fun as a winning team. Let's consider increased productivity. This goal is very much a reflection of the stage that Coates is in its journey. For the last 6 or 7 years before I joined the company, Coates was undertaking a very painful but a very necessary journey, which was closing a number of factories in Western countries and opening them in lower cost countries closer to the customer. That journey has ended. We no longer need to do that. So the whole challenge from our factories, from our productive assets, is not actually now relocating, but it's actually using those assets, the people, the know-how, to get more output from the same. So it's really now a totally different focus. It's saying we've done the journey, we've closed the factories, we've got a fantastic footprint now. How do we really make the most of it and actually support this whole growth program we're going on? Obviously, all 3 goals are fantastically vital to making progress at Coates. But actually, if I had to choose one goal that was perhaps the biggest single decider of our value as a company, and the thing that's really going to make the difference in the very long run, it would be profitable sales growth. We've shown that we can improve profitability through actions on cost, but we have to recognize, and this is the background in many ways to the whole chapter that we're writing now in Coates, that in the last 15 years we haven't made all the progress we should on growing our sales. And actually that therefore becomes our biggest challenge, but also our biggest opportunity. If you look at the hand of cards, the benefits we have and assets as a company, they're many, many, many. We have fantastic brands. We have great market share positions. We have a great manufacturing footprint. We have wonderful customer contacts. We have people with huge know-how. For us, the most important challenge is actually turning all of those assets into the goal of profitable sales and therefore continuing to boost our profit as a company in a sustained way for the medium and the long term. There were 100 people in Brazil last week discussing the progress that we've made and how we continue it, and in many ways celebrating that success. But although there were 100 people in that meeting, there were over 20,000 people who made that meeting possible through the success. And what I would personally like to say is how much I and the rest of the senior management do appreciate everything that everyone is contributing to the future of Coates and the very successful 2010. So, may I just take this chance to say thank you very much for that. As I've written recently, we've started really well in 2011, and I think we can have another super year.